Okay, thank you everyone for coming. Welcome back. This week we have double parshiyot again. Acharei Moth, Kedoshim. Many mitzvot packed with a bunch of commandments that Hashem gave. Averot speaks about Yom Kippur, atonement, forgiving of sins. One topic we're going to focus on today is the most, we'll call it the worst punishment. One of the worst punishments in Judaism. What would you say? Is karet. Karet, you get cut off from the Jewish nation. We're not going to get exactly into what happens if you have karet. But one thing that does is you die prematurely. You die before your time. Okay? So the Gemara Moed Katan says, anyone who passes away in his 50s, he died the death of karet. You know this? But if you die at 52, you don't die the death of karet, rather you die the death of Shmuel Haramati. Shmuel Hanavi. Everyone knows Shmuel, right? So you die the death of Shmuel if you die at 52. Shmuel also died 52. If you die in your 60s, that means you were passing away with the Yad Shamayim. By the hands of heaven, you passed away at your right time. So that's a very interesting Gemara. How could it be that we just said in your 50s, if a person passed away in his 50s, he died the death of karet. Then we say Shmuel died at 52. If Shmuel died at 52, that means he had karet? Cannot be.
Is it anything below 60 and besides for 52?
Yeah, from 50 to 60.
No, but how about 40s?
40s, I guess also. How much more so? So in the 50s, so we said 52. 52 is Shmuel. But 52 is also karet. How could it be karet and good? What's so good to be like the death of Shmuel? Why is that special? So the Zera Shimshon goes into the little story with Shmuel and how long a person's supposed to live. We all know the famous parak in Tehillim, chapter 90. What does it say? How long is a person supposed to live for?
70.
We all say 120, 120, 120. But really, realistically, how much does David HaMelech say we're going to live for? 70 years. 70 years a person has on this earth to accomplish his mission in life. But the first 20 years, the Zera Shimshon says, take it away. The first 20 years of a person's life, he doesn't really get punished for it at that point of time, when you're a kid. And he says at that point of time, you're not really doing much. When are you doing your main tikkun, your main achievement in life? That's in Yishtar Chamishim, in the last 50 years of your life. So from 20 to 70, how much you have? 50 years. And the Maharsha says, the first 20 years of your youth, the Maharsha says, a person does not do his rectification for his soul in those first 20 years. But Shmuel is different. Everyone knows the story of Shmuel. We have Elkanah, his father. He had two wives, Chana and Penina. Penina had about 10 kids. She had kids. Chana had 0 kids. Penina did what we like to call Chikanozi, right? That's what it's called? No. Chikanozi. She wanted to bother Chana so that Chana would daven more, so that she would also have kids. So she would always make fun of her. You know, I'm going to buy baby outfits. You want to help me pick it out? I need the new stroller. You heard about this, like that. And she would always make her feel jealous. Her intentions were good, but really she did something bad. I think Penina's all her kids died, right?
Yeah.
All her kids died. And Chana went to the Bet HaMikdash and she was crying out to Hashem and crying and crying and crying. And eventually she was answered with who? The holy baby, Shmuel. She promised Hashem, if you give me a kid, if you give me a son, I'm going to dedicate this son to the Bet HaMikdash. He will learn there. He's going to serve you in the Bet HaMikdash. Right after she's finished nursing, which is after 2 years old, she sent him straight to the Bet HaMikdash. So for Shmuel Hanavi, when did he start doing the rectification of his soul? When did he start serving God? At age 2 years old, exactly. So when did his 50 years start? When he was 2. So he completed the 50 years of his tikkun, of his soul at age 2 to 52. So he accomplished more than we could in 70 years, he did it in 52. And the Mekubalim say, why is there 50 years? What's these 50 years corresponding to? So like we spoke about in the Shari many times, we have 5 parts in our soul. We have Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, and Yechidah. Each of these parts of the soul are a decade of a person's life. You have 1 decade to fix each part. Within each part of the soul, within the nefesh, there's 10 subdivisions. That's 1 year each. Then there's 10 subdivisions for Ruach. And like that, you have 50 years. Each year is fixing a tenth of the nefesh, then a tenth of the next part. And like that, you have 50 years to fix your soul. You learn Torah, you do mitzvot, you fix your midot. This is what your 50 years of life is for. When Chana was crying out to Hashem, she said, when the child is weaned, meaning when he's done nursing, I'm going to bring him and he shall be by you forever. What's forever symbolizing? How long does a Levi work in the Beit HaMikdash for? How long is his term? Till what age? 50. Till age 50. So she said, I want him to work there forever, meaning the amount that a Levi works there. A Levi works there for 50 years. She said, I want Shmuel to be in the Beit HaMikdash for 50 years serving you Hashem. How you doing, Daniel? What's up?
Yeah, next time.
So when Shmuel died at age 52, even though he was in his 50s, did he die the death of karet? No, rather he died accomplishing his tikkun in life. He accomplished his tikkun in life. Therefore, if you know anyone that died at age 52, it's a siman, it's a symbol that he's exactly like Shmuel. He is like Shmuel Harmati, and he started his tikkun way before. Even when he was 2 years old, he already started fixing his soul. He does not deserve of karet. Because when he died at 52, he became like Shmuel Hanavi. He now did his full completion in life, and he rectified the 5 parts of his neshama. Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya Yechidah. So this was part 1. So everyone came at the perfect time for part 2. This part's interesting. Now that we're talking about when a person dies, there's many ways a person can die. And when we know the many ways a person can die, we can realize how to survive for longer. So let's see. There's a Gemara in Yerushalmi, very interesting. It says, Mikol mishmar nitzol livecha, ki memeno totzot chaim. It says, guard your heart from all things that must be guarded. Meaning, don't neglect any mitzvot, for the derivations, the totzaot of life, are from them. The Gemara Yerushalmi says, you know what this means? It means a person doesn't know which mitzvah could save his life. If you do a certain mitzvah, you don't know if that mitzvah is going to be the one that's going to sustain you and continue on your life. You hear what I said? If you're doing, let's say, the mitzvah of tefillin. Let's say you never put on tefillin. All of a sudden, you start putting on tefillin. Now that you put on the tefillin, that could be the mitzvah that's helping you to survive. There could be prosecutors against you that want to kill you, that want to punish you. But doing the mitzvah, any mitzvah, has the ability to fix you. But the question is, doesn't every mitzvah in the Torah give you a long life? Mr. Benny, what are the 2 mitzvot that it says clearly in the Torah you get a long life? Shiluach haken, kibud aveim. What would you say is easier, Shiluach haken or kibud aveim? Shiluach haken, which is sending away the mother bird and taking the eggs. You know this mitzvah? You ever heard of it? There's a mitzvah in the Torah.
What's the point of this mitzvah?
I'll tell you now. There's a mitzvah in the Torah that when you see a nest and there's a mother bird over there, you have to shoo away the mother bird and take the eggs. Yeah. This mitzvah, is it hard? Not so hard. How long does it take? About 15 seconds. If you're a little bit fatter, it takes you 35 seconds. But it's easy to be done. Respecting your parents. Johnny, how hard is it to respect your parents? Honestly.
Impossible.
For me, it's very easy.
For you, it's easy?
Yeah.
Respecting the parents is one of the hardest mitzvot a person can do. Because you know what? It never stops. As long as tefillin, you go to shul in the morning, you put it on, you're good. You're out, you daven shacharit, it's over. Respecting parents is 24/7, never stops. Even when they chas v'shalom are not here, you still have to respect them when they're dead. It's a continuation, it just keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. So if Hashem says you get a long life for doing the easiest mitzvah, and Hashem says you get a long life for doing the hardest mitzvah, so all the mitzvot in the middle, how much more so you get a long life? So from here we see that if the chamura sheba chamurot vekala sheba kalot, every single mitzvah in the Torah is going to give you a long life. No matter which mitzvah you do, you're prolonging your life. You're prolonging your life. So the question is, why did the Gemara in Yerushalmi say Why did it say do all the mitzvot? Because there could be one mitzvah that's your mitzvah that could help you survive. What does this mean? I thought every mitzvah gives you a long life. So the answer is given by the Zera Shimshon's father. And he says like this. This is an amazing thing. There's a pasuk lamavet totzaot. Hashem has many avenues of death. Many ways he can kill you. What's the gematria of totzaot? Taf is 400. Vav is 6. Aleph is 1. So we have 407. Plus another Vav. How much do we have? 407 plus 6 is? 503. 503 plus Taf is 903. There's 903 avenues, 903 ways that Hashem could kill a person. 903.
How did you get knocked again?
One more time. Taf is 400. There's a Taf at the end? 800.
Right.
Now you have a Vav, Aleph, Vav, and a Tzadi. Tzadi is 90.
Right.
2 Vavs are 12. The Aleph in the middle.
Got it.
Yeah, okay. So it comes out to be 903 ways Hashem has to kill a person. Keminyan totzaot. And there's a pasuk that says also totzot chaim. There's also 903 ways of life. There's 903 ways Hashem can kill you, and there's 903 ways that you could save yourself from the decree. The Zera Shimshon says an amazing thing. If you do a sin, that sin is corresponding to a certain death. And this death is decreed upon you, upon the person that sinned. How do you take away the death? You do the mitzvah that's corresponding to that death. So to simplify it a little bit, every sin has another death corresponding to it. 903 deaths, so there's 903 sins. There's also 903 mitzvot. So every mitzvah could fix one of those deaths. You understand? So the Yerushalmi says, every mitzvah that comes your way, lulav, Chanukah, eating on Shabbat. You know, there's a mitzvah of eating on Shabbat. Anything you eat on Shabbat, mitzvah. There's a mitzvah to eat on Shabbat. So any mitzvah that comes your way, you just got to take it. Because that mitzvah could be the one that saves your life. Anyone here had a near-life experience? No. Anytime?
John. How many times, John? 4.
Did you start doing a mitzvah recently that you haven't been doing?
Yes. Coming to shul every single morning. By
So you know that mitzvah right now is saving your life. Do you know that? It could be saving your life? You should know this.
That's a crazy thing.
So, does anyone have the list with the sin that corresponds to the death, that corresponds to the mitzvah that you should do to fix the death? We don't have this list. We don't know which sin is corresponding to which mitzvah to fix. Therefore, what does the Gemara say? Do all the mitzvot. Because you don't know which mitzvah is going to help you. You don't know which mitzvah is going to come and save your life. And there's a beautiful story that I heard, it's a mashal, to realize how in every single situation in life, you know, all day, what are we doing? A lot of times we're doing mitzvot, but we're doing a lot of sins. We have to realize and have gratification to Hashem for what He does for us. There's a story with the guy. He came outside his house. He had a little hammock on his porch, and he was chilling there drinking beer. Okay? Drinking a beer on his hammock. Comes by, his name was Moshe. Comes by, Shloimi. Shloimi asks him, can I please borrow your phone? I have to call my wife. I lost my phone died. Can I borrow your phone? He said, no problem. Gives him his phone. He goes to the side. Who does he call? 911. Calls up the phone. He's like, cops, come here right now. This guy's assaulting me. He's abusing me. He's beating me up. Cops come. They arrest the guy. You know, they don't even care. You hit the guy once, all of a sudden you're already in the cop car. You're already in jail. It's called guilty. It's called guilty till proven innocent. So they right away take the guy. The guy's like, look, I have a bruise. The guy had a bruise from before. He's like, yeah, he beat me up. They took him straight to jail. He's with the lawyers. He's in the jail sitting there. They're giving him peanut butter sandwiches. He can't eat it because it's Pesach. And he's there. And he's suffering over there. He's going through, he's paying lawyers. He's sitting by the judge. The judge is away on vacation. Everything's happening.
Good Friday.
Next thing you know, 1 month later, he's finally done. The court case went down. He's sitting, after such a stressful month, he goes back in his porch, on his hammock, takes the beer, starts drinking, this Moshe guy. And who passes by again? Shloimi. Shloimi passes by, and he says, honestly, I don't know what got into me. I had this, I don't know, I think a devil came. I would never have done that. I don't know what got into me. I really got to borrow your phone. My wife, my phone died again. She's going to go crazy on me if I don't call her. I got to borrow your phone. So he says, Chai, what would you do? You give the phone? No. But this guy, he was nice. A nice guy. He gives the phone. 911. That's it. Again, he's coming after me. He's beating me up. He just punched me. Now he hit my car. And he's making all this stuff up. And then the cops come again. This time he already has charges. When you're on the records, they already put you on probation.
They called 911 on his phone?
On his phone, exactly.
A second time.
This is 6 months later?
This is 1 month later. He's on probation still. He officially has a restraining order on this guy. You can't be next to him.
Weren't they eating Moth together?
Well, you can't be next to the guy. The cops take him again to jail. This time he's there for 2-3 months. He's in a bigger headache. They want to ship him away to a prison. They think that they actually hit this guy. So many charges, so much money, so much time wasted. 3 months later, finally he gets out of this shtuyot problems. Again, he's sitting on his porch, on his hammock. Shlomi comes again, and he says, I don't know what, what would you tell this guy? His retard came again. He came again. What would you tell him?
Get off my porch.
Get off my porch. You would tell him more than get off my porch.
I would have
You probably would have started, beating him up.
Get a charger.
But think about this. We do this to Hashem every single day. Not just once, not just twice, not 3 times, but 100 times. How many times does Hashem give you the power? He gives you your tongue, and you still speak Lashon Hara.
Wow, that's crazy.
Someone tells you, don't speak Lashon Hara. What do we keep doing?
Speaking.
Should your tongue even be connected to your mouth? Wow. I'm asking you, should your tongue be connected to your mouth? If you think about it. Hashem gave you the tongue, gave you the eyes. How many times you looked at something you're not supposed to look at? Should you even be able to see? We should all be blind. We have to have so much gratification to Hashem that He keeps giving us that we should never give the phone back to the guy even the second time. I don't think anyone in this room will give back the phone the second time. Hashem gave it to us thousands and thousands and thousands and more times. We do the sins and He still believes us that we're going to fix ourselves. He still believes that we're going to do teshuvah. Do the mitzvot to fix ourselves. And we have to realize, if we really integrate this lesson, we have to realize that everything Hashem does for us is for the best. It's not just, okay, it's fine, I'm doing sins, I'm doing averot. Hashem every second is sustaining our life. We say in Asher Yatzar, if Hashem would stop even close up one of these arteries or anything, afilu sha'a echat, what would happen to the person? Dead. We have to realize what Hashem does for us. And through this, like we learned today, we have 50 years to fix ourselves. 50 years at least. To do the tikkun on our nefesh, to do the tikkun on our souls, fix our midot, start doing mitzvot properly. And we have these 50 years to really fix ourselves. We're only in this world once. Everyone thinks, there's a second chance. There's no second. You don't want to come back to this world. After you see what's in Olam Haba, you don't want to come down here. We have this one chance. They make this one chance the best chance we have. And let's do the mitzvot. Johnny, can I say something? Johnny, I want to just say, I think you were already 2 weeks straight, has not missed one day of shacharit with Torah. Wow. I don't know, guys. This is something special for me, honestly. Now, one day did he miss already after he took upon himself, I'm not missing a day. He used to daven, but he used to be on, off. Now he said, no matter what time I go to sleep, with the minyan, 6 a.m., I'm going to wake up 6:30, I don't know what time. He's there in the shul. Which shul, if you guys want to see? Rabbi Dahan shul, 6:30, 6 o'clock. He's there. So we should learn from him. We should take upon ourselves one thing this week, and we're going to say we're going to fix this thing, and we're going to try to work at our best, and like that, slowly by slowly, we're going to achieve our 50-year Tikkun HaNefesh. Baruch Adonai La'olam. Amen. Amen.